Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei was the center key of all of the Assassin's Creed Memories movie. Before we start, please go support Jose Martinez 216 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Nothing is true, everything is permitted, we work in the shadows to serve the light, we are murderers. Chapter I. Throughout history, there have always been evil organizations attempting to seize control under the guise of improving the world. However, there have also been organizations protecting humanity from these evil entities, organizations that have always looked out for people. This has sparked a war that has raged for years between two sides, one seeking control and the other salvation. But who are these organizations, you might ask? The answer is simple, they are the Killers and the Templars. These organizations have been at war for a long time, but what do the Templars really want? They want the power of an ancient organization that existed years before us, an organization with highly advanced technology, even capable of controlling people's bodies. The Templars want this power to control the free will of the human mind, since according to them it is the only way to keep them safe from themselves. But what exactly are they looking for? They are looking for the Apple of Eden. It's a tool that's practically for dominating them all, and our job is to prevent them from getting it. That's why we need your help, we need your support in our fight for the good of humanity. But wait, why would they need my help? Not too long ago I was a normal guy living in northern Canada, far from civilization. William, because what you possess in your memories is what we need years of training in here. Well, take them then. William, it's not that easy, besides you're essential too, because... William, because you have something that few possess. And that would be... William, haven't you noticed that sometimes you see things that others don't, that the world becomes clear? Yes, but it's an eye problem. I already spoke to the doctor about it. William, it's not an eye problem. Ugh, Issei, listen to me. You have to believe me for once when I tell you that you are very important to us. With that said, we can take our first look at our protagonist, who is sitting in a chair watching William Miles. Issei, okay, fine. When do I start with whatever it is we're going to start with? William, you will receive special training right now. Issei, from you. William, hahaha, not from yourself. Issei, how is that? William, you'll see. Rebecca, Sean, prepare the animus. Issei, animus, what's that? William, it's something that will help you remember. Time skip 20 min. Rebecca, okay, everything's plugged in now, why don't you try it, Issei? Issei, okay, are you sure this thing is safe? Rebecca, absolutely sure. Sean, I wouldn't believe his word that much. Rebecca, shut up, Sean. Sean, it was a joke. Issei, how long will this take? William, whatever you need. Issei, okay. With this, he lay down on a device that looked like some kind of heart rate monitor, according to Issei. He closed his eyes and suddenly saw nothing but a permanent white, which frightened our protagonist. Issei, it can't be Mori. Rebecca, Issei, can you hear us? Issei, yes, I can hear them. Rebecca, okay, I'll tell you straight, this machine allows you to relive memories of past lives, but that's all, you can't change anything from the past. Issei, okay, and now what? Rebecca, now we'll try a memory from one of your ancestors. With this, the atmosphere around him began to change. Masyaf Syria 1257, hey you, Master Altair is waiting for us. Assassin Issei, huh, oh yeah, I'm going. Assassin Issei, what the hell, where am I? This is looking around some place in the Middle East. With this in mind, Issei continued walking without even knowing where he was, but he somehow knew where to go until he reached a large wooden door and prepared to open it. Assassin Issei, okay, here we go. Chapter II. In the past, Issei learned many things. He was trained by Altair to help his son spread the Assassin's Creed throughout the world. His training was so effective that he even reached Altair's level in his youth. After that, he was trained by Ezio Auditor, another great master of the assassins. With Altair, he learned to control his eagle vision. With Ezio, he learned stealth and how to move through crowds. He was a crew member on Edward Kenway's ship, and when Kenway was made an assassin, Issei was given the task of finding and assassinating Shay Cormac, an assassin who had recently betrayed the Creed. However, he failed his mission and was killed by Cormac. His last contact with the assassins was with Master Connor Kenway. With him, he learned to hunt, to follow people by trails, and to improve his senses, such as hearing and smell. Through these travels, he discovered many things about the past that no one else knew, such as how the American Revolution really happened and what the famous Blackbeard was really like. He knew famous people from history, Benjamin Franklin, Leonardo da Vinci. He revived all those stories. William, interesting, it seems you were alongside some of history's greatest master assassins. Issei, yes, believe me, all this is giving me a headache, shall we call it a day? William, if we're finished, Issei, you can go home. Issei, thank you, Mom must be worried. With this, Issei headed home, but on the way. Sean, Issei, Sean, what happened? Sean, I want you to try these prototypes of hidden blades. They're like bracelets that have nanorobots inside that when you need them will form the blade. To activate it, you just have to do the same as in your memories, push your wrist back. Issei, I thought the assassins no longer had any allies. Where did they get the technology to do this? Sean, that's a secret. Issei, okay to try them. After that, Issei went home. He lived alone with his mother in a cabin far from the city. He never questioned why they lived there, he only knew it was a very peaceful place to live. When he arrived, his mother greeted him by cooking soup. Akiko, Issei, how did your extra history classes go? Issei, what? Well, they were interesting, I guess. I learned a lot. Akiko, I'm happy for you, that way you'll be a more diligent student. Issei, hahaha, yes. Akiko, are you alright? You look very worried. Issei, yes, I'm fine, Mom. Flashback. William, Issei, you have to understand that once you enter this life, you'll have to leave everything behind, including your mother. Issei, what? Why? William, you wouldn't want her to get involved in this, would you? It would be very dangerous. Issei, you're right. William, I know it will be hard, but it will be the best thing for her. Issei, yes. End of flashback. Issei, how the hell do I tell her? She won't take it well. She'll be fine on her own. Shit, I can't concentrate with those footsteps, huh? Wait, footsteps. At that moment, an explosion occurred behind Issei, causing him to be thrown forward and covered in wooden debris. Soldier 1, the room is clean. Soldier 2, the rooms are clean. Soldier 3, I've got movement in the kitchen. Akiko, wait, don't shoot. Soldier 4, where is it? Akiko, who? Soldier 4, the killer. Akiko, assassin, so you've finally discovered your legacy, Issei. There are no assassins here, sir. Soldier 4, don't lie, we know you're here. Akiko, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Soldier 2, alright, let's go, but not before. Issei, shit, my head, what the hell happened? Mom, soldiers, what the hell is going on? Damn it, I can't move. Soldier 2, alright, let's go, but not before. Issei, no mama. Soldier 2, alright, let's go, you stay here in case that brat comes back. Soldier 1, yes sir. As soon as the soldiers left, Issei was able to free himself from the rubble to knock out the one who remained. He needed information, but his mother was his priority. Issei, mama. Akiko, Issei, sniff, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, sniff. Issei, no, don't talk, we'll go to the doctor and you'll feel better. Sniff. Akiko, no, my child, I don't have time anymore, cough. Issei, no, don't tell me that, please. Akiko, my child, it's time for you to know your true legacy. Look for this symbol. Akiko, they will help you, your father would be proud. Issei, no, mom, don't leave me. I'm not that strong, don't leave me for mama's sake, mom. So Issei burst into tears beside his now deceased mother, but his sadness turned to hatred when he remembered that he had someone who owed him answers. Time skip 10. Soldier 1, what the hell, why the buck am I tied up? Issei, you've already woken up. Soldier 1, damn it, let me go. Issei, no, first tell me who they are and who sent them. Soldier 1, first dead. Issei, that can be fixed. With that, Issei materialized a hidden blade, brought it close to the soldier's lips and made a horizontal cut. Soldier, you're a bucking madman. Issei, maybe now tell me who sent them. Soldier, Issei, do you want another cut? Soldier, no, it's no good, it was Abstergo. Issei, so Abstergo, good, now tell me who your friends are. Soldier. Issei made a sudden movement towards him, startling him, and then spoke. Soldier, okay, they are Alexandra Arata and Adler. Issei, who was the one who shot? Soldier, Arata. Issei, and tell me, what is your name? Soldier, my name is Cormac. Okay, you got what you wanted, now let me go. Issei, you're right, I'll let you go. With this, Issei went to the back of the rope that held the soldier. Issei, but you also know what I'll do, kill all of you bastards. With that said, Issei materialized the hidden blade and sliced the soldier's throat in one blow, then contacted William. Telephone ringing. William, you. Issei, will. William, Issei, did something happen? Issei, Abstergo attacked my house, my mother is dead. William, I'm so sorry, is there anything I can help you with? Issei, if I need a plane ticket. William, I won't ask why, but I will ask you, can you do it alone? Issei, yes. William, okay, I'll tell Rebecca to get you a flight too. Issei, I take one from Russia, one from Germany, and one from Japan. William, okay. Time skip 4 months later. May 12, 2020. Japan International Airport. Issei, alright, Arata, where are you? Chapter I. May 12, 2020, Japan. Issei, okay, Arata, where are you? I'll have to search for him all over this damn city, but oh well, that'll have to wait. First, I need to find a place to settle down, maybe in the city center. So Issei started walking towards the city center to rent a room or apartment, whatever he could find to sleep in if he could. Telephone ringing. Issei, buono will Issei. Issei, Will, what's wrong? Will, I already have the information you asked for. Issei, genial and a Daimler. Will, Arata, who you're looking for, has established a small network of Templars there in Japan, trying to convince the demons of that land to support them, since they are the last ones who still support the assassins. Issei, by convince do you mean murder? Will, only if negotiations fail. Issei, okay, do you know if the meeting has already taken place? Where is it going to be held? Will, if it's going to take place in 2 days at a local high school, that's all I have. Issei, that's what I need, thanks Will. Will, take care of me. Issei was staring at the ceiling of his room, which he had managed to get. Issei, demons, angels, and fallen angels, huh? Heh, if someone had told me that years ago, I wouldn't have believed it, but now it's even stranger to think that those things exist in the same world as us. 5 months ago. Will, alright Issei, it's time to talk to you about something very delicate. Issei, dime. Will, do you believe in the supernatural? Issei, what are you talking about, demons, vampires, and Bigfoot? Will, see. Issei, I only encountered Bigfoot once in the forest, and… Will, I didn't mean that. Issei, so what for? Will, to demons, angels, and fallen angels. Issei, no. Will, well, you should see, in more revolutionary times the assassins and the Templars discovered their existence but decided not to interfere and vice versa. But one day a group of Templars decided to evangelize the demons, as idiotic as it sounds, and so they began capturing or killing demons, angels, or fallen. So they sought the help of the assassins, since if they did it themselves, they risked exposing themselves. The assassins did it, receiving technological support from them. But then one day they decided to start supporting the Templars and even assassinated master assassins, and that marked another turn in the Assassin-Templar War. But now with the supernatural beings involved, some supported the assassins and others the Templars. But more recently all the support we received stopped coming. By the time we realized it, it was too late. We only had 3 allies, 2 quite powerful demon houses in the fallen capital. Sean, in fact, your leaves are a gift from them. Will, yes, but now even the fallen angels have abandoned us, and we don't know why, but what we do know is this. We'll posted a video where we can see what appear to be Templars levitating with raven and bat wings, and displaying powers. Issei, okay, and what's this for? Will, don't let your guard down, the Templars possess another power and you must be careful. Issei, okay, whatever you say, back to the present. Issei, oh. I'd better start getting used to this place so I can move around easily. So Issei climbed out the window and started to climb the building he was in, and he also started doing parkour. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city we can see a redhead followed by a black-haired girl, 2 blondes, a white-haired girl, and a blue-haired girl. Akeno, is Butchu going to talk to him? Rias, yes Akeno, it's time, be ready. Rias, teacher looks. Arata, oh my dear Rias and the others, how have you been? Rias, Professor, I demand an answer as to why you stopped Kaneko from her treatment as well as Kiba and Asia. Arata, easy my dear Rias, we agreed that you would control the people who arrive here. Rias, and that's what we've done. Arata, oh yeah, and tell me then what is this? Recording. Arata, whom you're looking for, has established a small network of Templars there in Japan, trying to convince the demons of that land to support them, since they are the last ones who still support the assassins. End of recording. Arata, now I not only have a damned assassin in my land, but there's also a heretic clan, so Rias, if you want to continue working here, you'll have to take care of this before our meeting. And if you don't want to, you can always go back to hell to get married. Rias, Tusk, very good, Professor. Arata, and don't forget to send me a wedding invitation. With that, the Gremory entourage withdrew to their building where they discussed the matter. Akeno, is it true, Rias, there's a killer around here? We see Issei with his hood up on top of a building looking up at the sky. Rias, I don't know Akeno, but if that's the case, I hope she takes care of that damned guy. Issei looked down into an alley and saw a group of thugs trying to assault a young woman. He jumped on them, killing 2 of the 6. 2 others tried to attack him, but he blocked their attack and with a swift movement slashed both their throats. He walked toward the last 2, one more terrified than the other. The friend threw his friend at him and Issei killed him as soon as he got close. The friend started running as fast as he could to the alley's exit, where he turned around to try and find Issei. When he didn't see him, he felt relieved. Turning around, Issei was right in front of him, and with his hidden blade, he killed him in the stomach. The friend started walking toward the street, dying only to be struck by a car in the middle of the intersection. Issei, are you okay? Girl, yais, thank you. Issei, you're welcome. Girl, by the way, what's your name? She's gone. And so Issei went to his room to rest, and the 2 days passed faster than anything. Arata, well, tell me, Rias, before we go into that room to talk to everyone else, did you manage to find the killer? Rias, and no. Arata, oh Rias, you disappoint me, now you'll have to get married. Luckily for Issei, the meeting was to take place at night, and it was raining, which he took advantage of to enter through the roof. He started by eliminating the guards on the rooftops, then those in the corridors, and finally decided to wait until he saw the opportune moment to enter through a window. When it broke, all the guests were surprised, including Arata, who saw the hooded young man breathing heavily and soaking wet. Arata, hahaha, welcome young assassin to this meeting. But I'm afraid you're not invited, so you can't be here. I ask that you leave without causing a scene, or Maximus will have to throw you out. Now we see Maximus, a man of great physical stature who, despite being mortal, defeated Kiba and everyone else. He is the main reason why no one dares to challenge him, aside from the fact that the Templars, to keep the others under control, possess a magic nullifier. Anyway, the point is that Maximus approached Issei with an air of arrogance. Issei didn't even flinch, and just as Maximus was about to touch him on the shoulder, Issei vanished from his sight only to reappear behind him. This impressed everyone, even Kiba, who was one of the fastest there. Maximus, you're fast, kid, but it's time to end this. Issei, he's right. Snap. Maximus began to see blood on his hand, and was surprised to see a cut on his hand. Maximus, impressive, but you should have aimed somewhere else. Issei, I didn't aim for the hand. Thus we see how a large gash begins to appear on his neck, from end to end, which quickly drained his life force, and Maximus fell dead. Issei pointing at Arata / you're next. Chapter IV. Issei pointing at Arata / you're next. Arata, wow, impressive, Mr. Assassin, but just because you've killed only one man in this room doesn't mean you can take me on. Issei, heh. Arata, what's so funny, Mr. Assassin? Issei, what your friend said the same thing, throws 3 Templar pendants at his feet. Arata, what? Arata knelt to pick up the pendants as tears streamed down his face, then turned to look at Issei. Issei then addressed his companions in the room, who were the Gremory family, the Sitri family, and the White Emperor, who was acting as Arata's bodyguard. Arata, kill Him. Don't leave a single molecule of Him here. Thus everyone except Rias' entourage and her rushed towards the Sirzechs, forgive me, kid, but he has us tied up, you should already know that. Issei could only sigh as they rushed towards him, but just like with Maximus, he quickly moved past them all to get closer to Arata. However, this time he didn't kill anyone, they simply fell unconscious. These actions left the audience stunned, unable to believe what they were seeing, as a human effortlessly defeated several high-class demons. It should be noted that Sona's entourage did not attend. Arata was speechless. Only one word crossed his mind: run as fast as he could, and that's what he did. As he ran, he called out to Rias for help. Rias, Kiba sees, but he's trying not to interfere, he's just pretending so as not to raise suspicion. Kiba Haibachu. Thus the persecution took place. Phone ringings. Hello, Arata, Takeo, what's up, boss? Arata, come quickly to Kuoh High School, the negotiations failed on my behalf. Takeo, but what happened, boss? Arata, Maximus is dead. Takeo, what were those demons? Arata, there's a damn killer hunting us down and he's right here. He killed Maximus, that's why you need to come here fast. Takeo, here I come. Rias, haha, it seems you're getting what you deserve today, Arata. At that moment the ground began to light up until it revealed a symbol of a certain clan. Razor, hello my dear Rias. Rias, Razor Phoenix, unclean bird. Razor, hey, there's no need to be rude, why all this mess? Rias, they're just giving Arata what he deserves for nothing. Razor, what? And you're just standing here doing nothing. Let's go after whoever's bothering him. So Razor flew off in search of Issei. Rias, tusk, damn it, let's go guys, entourage, hi. Takeo had finally reached the school entrance and opened the door for Arata as he ran without looking back, with Issei chasing after him. Takeo, let's go, get in, quickly. Takeo's screams were interrupted by a gunshot to the head from Issei. As Arata was about to get into the vehicle, he was stopped by 2 gunshots. Issei, hehehe, you have no idea how long I've waited to see that look of despair on your face. It's so beautiful, but all good things must come to an end. Goodbye, Arata. The hidden blade almost entered Arata's body if it weren't for a kind of spear made of fire that pierced Issei. Issei, ugh, Arata, ha, well done, Razor. Razor, it wasn't anything special, Master. Radio. I hereby order all units to report to the Kuoh Academy immediately. Thus, in less than 10 minutes the place was filled with guards who surrounded the area. Arata, do you see that half-dead guy over there? Bring him here. Soldiers, yes. Issei's mind. Issei, ah, damn it, I can't move. My body won't respond, I was so close, goddammit, I was so. Are you going to give up so easily? Issei, who are you? That's none of your business, answer. Issei, my body isn't responding, I can't do anything. Are you seriously going to give up like that? Get up again, I dare you, death is too good for someone like you. Rise from the dead, rise from the ashes like a phoenix and face me, face them. Now outside of his mind, we see 4 soldiers approaching Issei's inert body until. Issei, no. Arata, whom? Issei, I won't die here, not before taking you to the grave with me. Then the wound that Razor had inflicted on Issei began to close, drawing everyone's attention as a black fire did so. Then Issei began to chant. Issei, this world will be consumed by darkness. Only the worthy will survive. My hand will bring justice to the good and despair to the wicked dark master. Thus, Issei's body began to change, being consumed by a black mass. Only his eyes glowed a blood-red color. He stood up and reached into the center of his body to pull out a kind of sword with which, with a simple flick, he cut down all the soldiers who were coming for him. He began to walk towards Arata, who, frightened, sent the other soldiers to fight, but their fate was the same. Finally, the White Emperor attacked him, but as soon as his fist approached, it pierced through him. While he was stunned by what had happened, Issei grabbed him by the arm and threw him against the pavement, making him spit out a little blood. Issei, it's not your time yet. Thus he left the White Emperor on the ground dying. He had finally arrived in Arata when he was bound by a kind of magic rope. Tsubaki, well done, Rias, where's Sona? Rias, she's in there with my brother. Tsubaki, okay. Razor, your name is Saji, right, Saji? Razor, okay, keep him there, I'll attack him. Thus, Razor launched an attack against Issei, and instead of harming him, Razor did nothing, not even with his flames. Issei, on the other hand, did inflict damage, almost a mortal wound, so much so that Saji had to summon the other pieces of his sacred gear to momentarily stop him. While this was happening, Arata fled and left them to deal with the matter. Tsubaki, Sona, are you okay? Sona, yes, cough, it just took us by surprise. Tsubaki, what happened? Sona, a killer has appeared. Tsubaki, it can't be. At that moment, the others also woke up, and after getting back on their feet, they went out to see what had happened, finding Saji trying to control Issei. Saji, listen, buddy, if you don't calm down, this will end up worse for you. Issei's mind. Issei, kill, don't let any son of a bitch escape. At that moment, Issei began to be consumed by the desire to kill Arata until a light appeared, making him turn around. It was someone he always wanted to see again. Akiko, Issei, my son. Issei, mother. Akiko, son, please stop, you're only hurting yourself. There's no point in doing this for me, I'm gone now. Remember, if you're seeking revenge, you'd better dig 2 graves. Issei, sniff, mom, are you really here? Sniff. Akiko, my son, please stop. Issei remained motionless for a while at his mother's request until he received a maternal hug from her, which made him give in. Issei, okay. Outside of Issei's mind. Issei's transformation began to fade, his black figure dissolving from the head down, and his body simply fell to the ground unconscious. Sirzechs, grab it and tie it up, there are questions we need to ask. Time skip 3 hours. Issei, but my head hurts so much, damn it. Sirzechs, you've finally woken up. Issei, what the? Issei was tied to a chair in a room lit by a single light bulb on the ceiling, and Sirzechs was sitting in front of him with the chair turned around, and the others were there too. Sirzechs, you seem confused. How about some questions to help you remember? Who you are, why are you looking for Arata? Issei, I'm your bucking mother. Sirzechs, so you're a comedian, huh? Dale. With this order, Kiba, who was standing next to him, struck him with great force. Sirzechs, I'll ask you again, who are you, and why are you looking for Arata? Issei, I imagine you already know the second one, and I made a mistake with the first one, sorry, I'm your bucking mother. Sirzechs, do it again. They remained like this for 3 hours. Everyone was tired except Issei, who kept a smile on his face until Kiba got fed up and hit him so hard that he flew out of the chair where he was sitting, causing a card with the Gremory family symbol to fly out of his jacket. But he also loosened his bonds and prepared to leave as soon as possible. Sirzechs, damn it, he escaped, what's this? Takes the card, it's the family symbol. When Sirzechs touches it, something like a holographic transmission ignites. Akiko, hello to whoever is reading this. If you happen to have this in your hands, it's because I'm dying and something has happened to my son. I beg you, please let this fall into the hands of a Gremory. But anyway, my name is Akiko Hyoudou, and the person carrying this, I hope, is my son Issei Hyoudou. I don't expect you to understand, but my son has become involved in a war he can't win alone. I ask you to help him. He's a rather clumsy boy. We see Issei running even in the rain, climbing buildings until he reaches the roof of his building. Upon entering, he treats his wound and prepares to sleep, but... Telephone ringing. Issei, Will Issei, what the hell did you do? The Templar networks are going crazy, they're sending reinforcements to Japan. What happened? Issei, I lost him, Arata escaped. Will, damn. Chapter V. Hi, how are you? Well, I just wanted to thank everyone who reads this fic and supports it with the star. I really appreciate it, and it also motivates me to write more fics that I have in mind. Issei had escaped the demons at school with serious injuries. The most lethal was the wound in his stomach inflicted by Razor. Although it closed, it didn't heal completely, and the torture he endured earlier reopened it. However, he is strong and will survive. The problem is that the demons have his scent, so he has to leave his apartment, and leaving a trail of blood doesn't help. Rias Kaniko Yalo Ubicast. Kaniko si por aqui. she said as they all flew above the city. Akeno, I don't understand, Rias. Why do you want to find it so quickly? Rias, you saw that her wounds reopened. Akeno won't be able to survive much longer. Kaneko, I smell blood around here. So the three of them ended up in Issei's apartment, but he wasn't there anymore. However, they got inside because his scent was everywhere, and there they found his clothes, some research papers, and a picture of him with his mother. Akeno, she's not here. Rias, you're right, where could she be? What's wrong, Kaneko? Rias asked while Kaneko looked out the window. Kaneko, there it is. She said this while pointing at the street where someone could be seen running through a crowd. Issei, damn, they already saw me. I have to go, Kaneko escapes. Rias fast after though. Thus the chase continued through the streets of Japan. The demons never thought they could lose his trail, much less with a Nekomata by their side, but that's what happened. Upon reaching the forest, Kaneko lost his trail. They searched for more than half an hour but found nothing. Connection to lose. Rias a curse. Akeno, Rias, let's go, we'll look for him later. Rias, okay, we have to go back. So the three of them left the place, and Issei climbed down from a tree he had climbed. Issei, wow, I never thought Master Connor's teachings would be useful in this era. Flosbeck. We can see two assassins in a tree watching the sun rise over the horizon. Then one of them spoke. Connor, very well, inaudible, today I will teach you how to hunt successfully. But Master, I already know how to hunt. Connor, yes, but many times you end up chasing the deer you need, so it practically teaches you to hide your scent because remember, animals, no matter what they are, can detect you by smell from a bear to a rabbit. And how do I hide my scent, Master? Connor, the answer is right in front of you. The forest has its own scent, immerse yourself in it. With this, Connor threw inaudible to the ground and it became covered in mud since it hadn't been long since the rain had passed. Connor, now try hunting something like that. It's worth mentioning that I succeeded. Connor, well done. If you manage to master this technique, you could easily take down guard dogs and other animals. Findel Flossbeck. Issei, my master was ignorant of the supernatural, but his instructions were certainly useful. Issei looked deep into the forest and saw a woman in white walking around. Issei, but what? A yakai. There aren't any in this area. So Issei followed the mysterious woman who seemed to be leading him somewhere. Issei arrived at a somewhat old cave, but it didn't look like a tourist cave either. Issei, I think I'll spend the night here. If I go back to the city, the demons will come after me. Thus Issei passed through the cave, which was deep. However, at some point in the cave, the floor broke, causing Issei to fall into the depths of this crevice. Issei, ow damn, what a blow. Now where the hell am I? Who dares to interrupt in my house? A loud voice echoed throughout the place. Issei, oh crap, please don't tell me I fell into a dragon's house, please. Issei said as he approached a rock and peered over it where he saw a large black dragon with purple eyes. Issei, I'm so pissed off by the one who brought me here. Show yourself, intruder, I know you're there, I can smell you from miles away. Since Issei saw no other way out, he decided to leave. A human here, who the hell are you? Issei, why yo? You have disturbed my home enough and for that you deserve to die. Issei what? What? Who is it, honey? Oh, he's an intruder I'm going to execute. What have I told you about executing innocents? But I'm bored, I haven't killed anyone in a long time. Wall, very good, darling, apologies. Said the person in the shadows, whose tone of voice revealed her to be a woman. This is my husband Wall and I am Akena. He is a dragon, as you saw, and I am a human. This showed us a very beautiful woman dressed in white. Akena, and who are you, boy? Issei, yo-yo-so. Wall, speak, Akena, Wall, can't you see you're scaring him? Issei, yujum me number is. Akena, is that so? Issei Hyoudou. Akena w what h Hyoudou. Oh, you said I see. With this, Akena began to cry. Issei, damn, I said something wrong. Shit, now this dragon is going to kill me, I have to escape. What? Issei started running at a brisk pace, however his pace was stopped by a fireball. Wall, hold it right there, kid, why are you thinking of leaving the family like this? Issei, Wall had opted for a human form and Akena had rejoined. Human wave, the eyes are the only thing that changes when they transform from purple to blue. Wall, well, how to put it, kid, were your great-great-grandparents. Issei, what, chapter VI? Issei, wait, are you telling me I have supernatural blood running through my body? Wall, yes but no. Issei, what? Wall, look at it this way, we are your great-great-grandparents. My children were half-breeds between dragon and human and their children had less of my blood and so it has been reduced. Therefore we could say that if we squeezed all the blood from your body, only an eighth of it or perhaps less would belong to my race. Akena, but enough of that, tell me my child, what are you doing here? Issei, well, it's a long story. Akena, hey, I'm married to a dragon that lives for thousands of years, I think I can hear him without any problems. Issei, well, it all starts. Thus Issei recounted everything that had happened up to that point, but not everything. He hid the death of his mother and his journey of revenge, as well as the torture inflicted by demons, simply because that's how it was. He didn't tell everything. I see, so the assassins and Templars, I thought they would have become extinct by now. Issei, you met one of them. Call me Grandpa. It's been a long time since someone named Xiao Jun. While I was traveling, spreading the teachings of what you call the creed, when she found me, she became very defensive and I would have killed her, but Akeno stopped me, let her go, and helped her with some battle wounds she had. Issei. That name sounds familiar. I think it was someone from China who sought help from Master Ezio. Akeno, that was a long time ago, but wait, you're too young to be in a war like this, and besides, what are you doing messing with demons? Issei, well, it's just that. You'd better tell the truth, kid, because his eyes can see into anyone's soul, including their imperfections, blemishes, and blah blah blah. I'm just telling you this so you know who you're dealing with. Issei, okay, I'll tell you everything. And so Issei began to tell his whole story, the death of his mother, the torture by the demons, and his curious transformation. What? Those bastards killed someone in my family. I will never forgive them. Akeno will deal with that later. Tell me, are you okay? How are your wounds? Thus Akeno began to touch Issei's body, searching for wounds. Issei, yes, I'm fine, I've survived more. Akeno, poor thing, doing this all by yourself. Akeno said as she hugged him, but after calming down, became thoughtful. Hey kid, tell me something, has that transformation happened to you before? Issei, no, actually it's the first time and I don't know how it activated. Show me your neck. Issei removes his robe, revealing his neck, which has a mark on it. The mark of the damned. Issei, in ancient times, the children of supernatural beings and humans experienced an explosion of emotions that unleashed their powers uncontrollably, and later they were cursed by this very power. Issei, and what is that curse? Usually premature death, but this one is different. These 3 circles in the middle are like the curse seals something away instead of killing you. It's like it protects you. Issei, about what? I don't know, can you see I did it? Issei, well, I think it's already dawn, I have to go. Akeno, what the F, but those demons are out there and they want to eliminate you. Issei, I can't stay here while he's still out there. I have to stop him no matter what. WAWL kid, you know what they say about revenge, right? Issei, if you seek revenge, you must be prepared to dig 2 graves. And are you ready? Issei, more than anything. Well, I can't stop you, but I can help you. Issei, what? With this. He said this while showing what appeared to be a new tunic. I use this tunic to go out into the human world. It's resistant to melee attacks like magic and knives. It also hides your scent and is good for both cold and heat. Issei, very good. Issei accepted the gift, put it on, and prepared to leave. Akeno, Issei, wait, Issei, what? Akeno, 10 will protect you. Akeno gave Issei a ring. Issei, thank you. Issei took the ring and passed it a string. He had to make it into a necklace. Issei, I'm leaving, I'll see you later. Akeno, goodbye, take good care of yourself. Good luck, kids. So Issei climbed out of the cave, put on the hood of his robe, and headed to his apartment. When he arrived, it was completely messy. Issei, you sons of bitches, what a disaster you made. While Issei was trying to tidy the room, voices were heard in the hallway. Templar 1, and tell me why the boss cares about this department. Templar 2, according to the demons, this is the assassin's house and they want us here in case he returns. Templar 1, shit, well, let's go inside and watch TV. That bastard isn't coming back. When they opened the door, they saw Issei there. Templar 1, oh shit. He pulled out a gun and fired immediately. However, the bullet ricocheted off Issei. Templar 1, what the hell? Templar 2, useless, get off. He pulled out his gun and before he could aim, it flew out and the other guys did too. Templars, oh shit. Issei just smiled at the situation and quickly knocked them both out and closed the door. And after that, no one ever saw those 2 again. 3 weeks later. Issei, well, I've already killed the right-hand man and most of the sector bosses. Only the demons and that son of a bitch remain. Issei climbed onto a rooftop and turned to look at the stars. Issei, Mom, have you seen how far I've come? I had the guts to face the world and I'm doing this for myself, for you, for everyone. I just wish I could see you one more time and I'm already on the home stretch. Remember when you told me I left everything unfinished? Hahaha, I miss you, well, I have to go. Goodbye, Mom. So Issei went down and headed to Kuoh Academy. At that moment it started to rain. Issei arrived at the academy, which was now protected from head to toe. Issei stood at the entrance, put on his hood, the rain ran down his face, he materialized his hidden blades and the killing would begin. Nobody knew what was happening, only the guards were disappearing. Intercom. Guard, does anyone see anything? Answer me, what the hell happened to reporting every half hour? The guard put down the communicator and approached the entrance gate, seeing that it was open. Guard, that's strange, I was sure I locked it, huh? That's blood. He said this upon seeing a large red stripe which led him to the back of the school where he saw his classmates slowly bleeding out. Guard, oh shit. Intercom. Guard, hey, answer me already. I have a wounded man, one of us has fallen. Search the building, are you listening to me, damn it? He put down the intercom again and pressed his hands against the other guard's wound. Guard, relax, you'll be fine, stay calm. Wounded, E. Guard, hey, don't rush things. Wounded, the E is ta. Guard, huh, wounded, he's behind you. With that, the wounded man fainted, and the guard quickly turned around, aiming his weapon, but there was no one there. He relaxed a little, turned back to the wounded man, and there he saw him, a black robe with blood in its hands, staring at him. Issei, boo. That was all he said before proceeding to bury his hidden blade in the man's face, while with the other he pierced his chest, causing him to fall dead as Issei gazed towards the old building. Issei last stop hell. In the old building was Rias' entire entourage, which had been working non-stop because ever since Issei dismantled his organization, Arata has been very nervous and paranoid, and for this reason he needs to tell his left hand to get closer to him. All the members were sitting in the living room trying to sleep, but they couldn't, something was wrong. Rias approached the window. A clap of thunder illuminated the outside and we saw Issei a few meters from the window. Rias thought she hadn't seen correctly, she rubbed her eyes and looked again, but this time there was nothing there. As she turned to leave, something came through the window, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. Issei fell on top of Rias with the knife at his neck. Entourage, but you. Issei, one more step and she. Chapter VII. Issei, nobody move or she'll die. Issei threatened Rias with the blade at her throat. Everyone stood wanting to do something, but they knew Issei's threat was real. Kiba was planning how to free his king when he accidentally made a sudden movement. Issei, hey, what did I say, Blondie? Stay still, honestly, my fight isn't with you, so I'm going to ask you in the most polite way to go to hell literally and leave the Templar alone. Do you understand? Only then will you get out of here alive. At that very moment, a circle with the Gremory symbol appeared from which Sirzechs emerged, looking at the holographic card that had fallen from his hand during his interrogation. Issei, this symbol. Flashback. Akeko, my child Kafkaf B. Uska is a symbol. End of flashback. Sirzechs, hey Rias, what the hell? Issei, hey, hold on there. One more move and she'll end up without a jugular vein. Sirzechs, okay, calm down, we could reach an agreement. Issei, you couldn't give me anything unless it's Arata. Sirzechs, Akeko Hyoudou sounds familiar to you. Issei, what the hell, who told you that name? Sirzechs and calm. Issei, tell me I swear that. Sirzechs, you recognize this. Sirzechs said while showing his mother's card. Issei, but what the hell did you get that from? Sirzechs, you dropped it, but that's not what I want, that's not what I want to talk about, Issei Hyoudou. Issei, ha damn it, well done demon, now I'll have to kill you all. With this, Issei brought the blade closer to Rias' throat. Sirzechs, wait, your mother told you to look for this symbol, right? Sirzechs said as he formed the Gremory symbol in his hand. Sirzechs, we were the ones who were waiting for you, and if we supported Arata, it was because we thought you were dead. Arata arrived boasting about having killed you. Look, we can talk, but please let her go. Issei released Rias, freeing her mouth from his grip and threw her towards them. Entourage, but you is fine. Rias, yes, I'm fine. Sirzechs, okay, now listen. When Sirzechs turned around to where Issei had been, he was gone. Sirzechs, Konkachin, you have her scent. Kaneko, no, she can't smell it if it weren't for this. Attentive. Rias, but brother, tell me what he has to do with us. Sirzechs, after seeing what the card said, I went and talked to our parents. Flashback. Sirzechs, mother, father. P. Gremory or Sirzechs, what's up, boy? Sirzechs, father, mother, I have a question, what is this? Sirzechs said as he showed Issei's card and played the message. The Gremory parents were speechless at their son's revelation and listened to the entire message. Sirzechs, well, tell me how that person knew us. P. Gremory, son, as you know, we demons used to have pacts with assassins, but it was mostly with one in particular. The assassin's name was Hyoudou. Sirzechs, Hyoudou. M. Gremory, if Hyoudou was the type of man you could trust and knew his morals wouldn't stop him from doing something wrong, then yes. P. Gremory, he saved this family more than once. In fact, his son was your sister's first fiancé. Sirzechs, how come I never met him? P. Gremory, if you did it. Sirzechs, A. M. Gremory, do you remember your sister's 10th birthday? At the back of the room there was a family with a very young child. Sirzechs, they were P. Gremory, but no man is invincible, and in time Hyoudou died and his family disappeared. The last I heard was that they were going to Canada to disappear since Hyoudu's enemies might hunt them down, but I'm getting off track. Tell me, where did you get that card? Sirzechs, not long ago a new assassin arrived in the city. We captured him, but he escaped and dropped this card. M. Gremory, tell me, what was that killer like? Sirzechs, he was a boy with black hair about Rias' age, I think. Gremory, listen carefully, son. No matter what, you must try to help that boy. He could be everyone's salvation. End of flashback. Rias, I see, so that's how things are, huh? And what the heck is this about him being my fiancé? Sirzechs, he was an option. In the end they chose Razor, but that's another story. First we have to find him and talk to him, but I don't know how. Kiba, wait, he touched the president's mouth. If Kaneko catches his scent, she could locate him. It doesn't matter if he uses magic, that can't cover it up. Akeno, that's a good idea. Rias, I agree, and you, Kaneko, concrete, see low hair. Arata, ah damn, it still hurts. Templar, what's happening, sir? Arata, the training injuries mean I couldn't fight the killer, bring the boar. With this, the doors of a room opened, from which Asia emerged with a chain around her neck and very torn priestess robes. Temper, quick bitch, putting Asia to her knees, cure him. Asia, please, I need to rest to have magic. Arata, shut up, bitch. Slaps Asia, we don't ask for your opinion, we just need your magic, or would you like me to call you an enemy of God and execute you right here? Asia, and no please. So Asia began to heal Arata, but her magic was almost non-existent, and at that moment she fell to the ground, panting from exhaustion. Arata, ha, disappointing. Tell the boys to have fun with her. Templar, yes sir. Arata, I admit it, assassin, you're good, that's why I'll finish you off with my own hands. My henchmen got cocky, that's why they failed, but I won't do the same. The demons succeeded, they found his scent. He was in the tallest building in all of Kuoh. Sirzechs, Issei, ha, demon. Sirzechs, Issei, we want to talk. Issei, do we want to? Six, yes. With this, the Gremory family circle opened up, revealing not only Rias' entourage but also the Gremory parents. Issei, Vea. Sirzechs, will you listen to us? Issei, I'm all ears. Sirzechs, we all want Arata to leave but his henchmen. Issei, some are demons or fallen angels besides having a magic inhibitor, I know. Sirzechs, so you know why we can't help you directly. We're useless without magic, but I can help you with information. Issei, I know that then. Sirzechs, I can tell you where the safe houses in Arata are. Issei, 3 in the commercial district, 2 near the airport. 5 hotel rooms are his, apart from a whole apartment and a house on the outskirts of the city. Sirzechs. Issei, and since I arrived, he's been moving around through underground tunnels in the city. I'm sorry, but he doesn't have anything for me, but I appreciate the thought. Gremory, please kid, let us help you. We all want justice for Akeno. Issei, shut you you can't say that name. Gremory, calm down, child. Issei, don't call me kid. Kiba, don't talk to the Gremory family like that. Kiba materialized his sword and lunged at Issei, but as soon as he got close, Issei grabbed him by the hair and brought the blade to his neck. Issei, come on, you son of a bitch, give me one reason, just one. Chapter VIII. The atmosphere was tense, nothing could ease it. Issei and the Gremory horse were having a close encounter where the slightest movement would end the knight's life. They stared intently at each other, but Issei had a deathly look in his eyes along with a great emptiness. Recalling his mother's death was not something he should do, and that's precisely what Lord Gremory had done. In the end, Issei quickly withdrew and looked away again. Issei, listen, if you want to help, step aside. If Arata speaks to you, I recommend you don't listen. With this, Issei approached the edge of the building, turned to look at the demons, extended his arms, and threw himself backward into the void. This took everyone by surprise, and they approached to see, but there was nothing there anymore. Rias, the curse escaped again. Sirzechs, you think so? Rias, what did you do, brother? Sirzechs, during his little show with Kiba, I placed a tracker in his clothes. Now we'll know where he stays. Telephone. William, hello, Issei, Will. William, Issei, what a surprise. Tell me what happened. Issei, the demons are tracking me very closely. I found a new place to hide. You could try going to the old assassin's hideout in Japan. Issei, and where are they and how do I find them? William, most are in central Japan, but others are more scattered. According to records, there's one right in the center of Kuoh. Issei, coordinates. William, I don't know, but knowing us, there must be a way to find it. Try using eagle vision and see what you find. Issei, okay. William, Issei, are you sure you want to do this alone? If you think you can, tell us and we'll come and support you. Issei. William, Issei, I have to go. Issei, the order needs them. I can't let them be exposed like that, not for my sake. Issei approached the center of Kuoh and from one of the buildings used the view from where he saw the mark of the assassins. Issei, well, it wasn't that difficult. It was a somewhat old building, but at least the door had been locked for years without use, but after a few knocks it gave way. When I entered, everything was a real mess, papers scattered everywhere. Issei, these are / taking a piece of paper mission reports. Report. June 15, 1971. It has been confirmed that the Templars are seeking a way to obtain the power of one of the last vampires, but the demons have prevented it. They are important allies in this war. Hyoudou Hyoudou. Issei. These reports are from my father. So Issei took another one. Report. November 30, 1980. Today we lost contact with the Kyoto centers. Their last report was allies enemies. What the hell is going on? Hyoudou Hyoudou. Report. August 15, 1985. Abstergo was up to something. I'll find out what it is. This doesn't smell fishy to me. Hyoudou Hyoudou. Report. October 17, 2000. Everything's gone to shit. Abstergo, it's the Templars. They've taken over almost all of Japan. I'm the last line of defense. I hope Hanako and Issei are all right. I told them to leave Japan, that I'd catch up with them. It hurts to lie to you like this, but it was the only way. Issei, my child, I know you won't read this, but I hope you understand that my disappearance from this world wasn't selfish, but because it was necessary, it was what had to be done. I'll fight with my last breath so that you, my son, have a world where you can live in peace. I am Hyoudou Hyoudou, and this is my final report. Hyoudou Hyoudou. Then Issei's gaze fell upon a newspaper dated after this report. Newspaper. A man was executed by Warren Viddick's bodyguards. It is suspected that he was a former employee who was fired for poor work performance. However, this was not well received by the employee who plotted revenge. Issei didn't know how to react. He had finally discovered who his father was. On one hand, he felt powerless for not finishing his father's work, and on the other, hatred slowly invaded him until he remembered seeing that name before, but he couldn't place it. Warren Viddick sounded familiar. Issei, but who updated all this? Then he saw another newspaper, but this one was more recent. Periodic. Today, a large number of mutilated bodies were found in the courtyard of Kuoh Academy. Police suspect that Kuoh is being terrorized by a serial killer. Issei, who the hell is doing all this? Then Issei heard a noise at the back of the room and he moved quickly. He saw a shadow pass by. The shadow was fast, but Issei was faster. The shadow seemed desperate to escape, but it hadn't counted on Issei's abilities. When the shadow stopped, it looked around, thinking it had gotten rid of our chestnut-tired friend, but Issei stopped it, falling on top of the stranger with his hidden blade on the outside. Issei, who are you? How do you know about this place? Issei said as his hood covered his face. Issei, answer. He shouted angrily, but his anger subsided when he saw a pale girl with red eyes and blonde hair. He calmed down, got off her, and put the sheet away. The little girl was so scared she couldn't get up. Issei offered her his hand to help her, but she quickly retreated, crawling backward and hitting a wall. Issei, calm down, I won't hurt you, see. He said this while removing his hood, revealing his face. This made the girl react. Master has returned. Issei. Master finally returned for me. I missed him so much. The girl said as I fell onto her knees and cried, looking at the white hair. Issei approached the girl as she extended her arms towards him, and he did the same, and the girl hugged him tightly. Issei, Daime, you've already forgot my name, Master Mo, how mean of me. Akin Hyoudou, that was the name you gave me. Issei, could you tell me my name? Akin, Master, you're acting very strange today. It's clear you're a Hyoudou, a derogatory term for a young man. Issei shed a few tears, which was noticed by Akin, who looked worried. Akin, teacher, what's happening, teacher? Issei, nothing. Akin, it's just that. I need to talk to you about something. Chapter IX. Silence reigned in the place, in a dark and gloomy warehouse where the silhouettes of two people could be seen talking. However, one of them was seen walking away after receiving sad news. Akin, no maestro, no. Issei, I'm sorry, Akin. Akin, but then who are you? Why do you look so much like Master? Issei, yo soy Issei Hyoudou. Akin opened her eyes wide with great excitement. Akin, that surname is my teacher's, that means. Issei, that's right, I am the son of Hyoudou Hyoudou. Akin lowered her gaze, tears falling from her face. Akin, so what happened to the teacher? Issei, he's dead. Akin, I see, Issei, but it seems you also have the surname Hyoudou. Akin, they. Issei, which means you're my little sister. Akin looked up, still with tears in her eyes, gazing into the white-haired boy's eyes. Issei, that means we're family. Issei said with a big smile on his face, one he hadn't worn in a long time. Akin was amazed by that smile. It was Issei. That smile reminded her of someone else. Flashback. Hyoudou, now you're my daughter, that means we're family. Girl, and what if he called me teacher? Hyoudou, call you don't have a name. Girl, not only good children have. Hyoudou, well, as far as I'm concerned, you're a good girl, so I'll call you. Akin waited impatiently for her name to be called, as it would be the first time she would receive one. Hyoudou, Sira Akin. Girl, Akin. She said while pointing a finger at herself. Hyoudou, si Akin y Sira's mi hija Akin Hyoudou. Akin si maestro. End of flashback. Akin saw that smile and burst into tears, feeling helpless. Issei, hey, are you okay, Akin? Akin didn't respond, she just cried her eyes out. When she finally stopped, she had fallen into a deep sleep in Issei's arms. He carefully picked her up and placed her on an old armchair that was nearby. Issei, Mom would have loved you, Issei said while affectionately stroking his head. At that moment, his attention was drawn to a somewhat old but functional computer. On it was a video camera connected. He opened the camera and checked the files. Video. Hyoudou, it's on now. Okay, hi, I'm Hyoudou recording a video. Issei, well, it isn't my old man. Well, I'd better leave it before I wake Akeno up. Video. Hyoudou for my son. Issei video. Hyoudou, Issei, son, damn it, I don't even know if you'll ever see this. I hope not, but if you're watching, it means I've failed and I'm sorry for dragging you into my world. I'm truly sorry, son. I hope your mother is all right. The truth is, Akeno, forget it, static he. If your mother knew her, believe me, she'd love her. Her name is Akeno Hyoudou. I'd like you to meet her, but anyway, Issei, listen, if you're here, it means you're in the guild, right? Okay, listen carefully. If I have to tell you something, it's this. For peace to exist in the world, both organizations must exist, no matter what, so that the balance is maintained. I'm not asking you to give up, just not to get involved in an endless fight you'll never get out of. I'm only asking you to do what's necessary. Fight for free will, but keep in mind that this fight is what causes more Templars to exist as well as more assassins. I want you to know that even though your actions are good, I want you to be mindful of them because sometimes unintentionally you save a rapist, a kidnapper, a murderer, a future Templar. But it's not something you can control, we can't execute everyone. But you also save the next inventor, the next doctor who might save you from a fatal wound tomorrow. Don't make your father's mistakes. Don't work alone, sometimes you need support for the mission. Don't try to carry the whole weight yourself. That's all. Oh, and before I forget, protect Akeno. I don't really know what she is or where she comes from, but I do know that the Templars want her for experiments. She's a little girl who has suffered a lot. Take care of her, Issei. Oh, and tell your mom I won't be able to come for dinner, hahaha. English video. Issei, you'll have to tell your dad. So Issei turned off the computer and turned to Akeno, who was sleeping peacefully. Issei settled into the chair and prepared to sleep a little. When he closed his eyes and fell asleep, someone made their presence known, but not someone from this plane. Hyoudou, I'm glad you're okay, son. She said as she adjusted his hair. Hyoudou, take care of her, Issei. He said while kissing Akeno's forehead. Hyoudou, goodbye children, Issei, don't die too soon, or your mom will kill me if that's even possible. Thus Hyoudou walked towards the door and disappeared in a great stream of light, leaving the place alone once more. Templar, Lord, are you here? Arata, perfect, let it happen. Thus in a room, a woman dressed in a kimono appeared, displaying large attributes on her body. Kuoh, and tell me, Arata, what do you want this time? Arata, I want you to take care of someone. Kuoh, don't you have your demonic toys to handle that? Arata, the truth is, I'd like you to take charge since he's someone who would be very annoying in the future. Kuoh, well, who are we talking about? Arata, Hyoudou, Issei, Hyoudou. Chapter X. We see Kuoh on top of a building looking at the horizon. Kuoh, so a Hyoudou, this will be interesting. I'll finally be able to pay off my debt. Now we see a Templar walking towards the hall where Arata was. Templar, Lord, he's here. Arata, splendid, let it happen. Permission. Arata to Giovanni, an old friend. Giovanni, Arata, to what do I owe the pleasure of your calling me? Arata, you see I have a problem with a killer. Giovanni, I thought you had that covered with your low-level henchmen. Arata, the truth is yes, but lately I don't trust them much. Besides, he's murdered almost all my partners and I really need your help. I need the Spaniard. Giovanni, I haven't heard that nickname in years. Arata, so you'll do it for an old friend. Giovanni, okay, I'll do it. I'll help you with your matter. Arata, splendid, now as an advance payment have. With this, Arata snapped his fingers, causing Asia to be thrown out, wrapped in a white blanket, her skin dirty and tears in her eyes. Asia, please, 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 and no more. Arata, hey, what are you saying, John? Arata, don't let her shabby appearance fool you. She's a 100% virgin. Giovanni, it seems these years have made you forget, Arata, but I don't like hex slaves who are already submissive. It takes the fun out of subduing them. Arata, oh no, she's not submissive, just a little mistreated by life. The church found her helping a demon. Poor thing. Giovanni, as I already told you, Arata didn't prefer cash payment anyway. Arata, sure, come into my office. Thus Giovanni went into Arata's office while Arata was heading towards his lackey. Arata, listen, I want you to take out her sacred gear and then throw her into an alley to die. And tell Rainier to find me another one, a little more virginal. This one is no good to me anymore, I've had enough fun with her. Templar, yes sir. So the soldier carried Asia to a truck in which she would be taken to fulfill her master's command. Templar 1, hey, shouldn't we tie her up in case she, tries to escape? Templar 2, what, look at her, she's about to die and you want her to escape. You're asking too much of the girl. Templar 1, I'm just saying. Templar 2, well, you say a lot. They both started the truck and headed towards their destination, but one of them was unusually quiet. Templar 2, what do you think? Templar 1, nothing old, it's just that you're not tired of this shit. Templar 2, I don't understand you. Templar 1, if you're not tired of plotting, murdering, and stealing. Templar 2, no, the truth is no. Templar 1, well, old man, once this is over, I'm going to leave. I don't want to continue with this, you know, I have a little girl and I don't want the enemies to try to get something out of me. Templar 2, who would want anything from you, please? What could you have? Templar 1, we all know how the organization works, all of US, so I want to leave and I advise you to do the same. So the truck passed through an alley where they were going to leave Asia to remove her sacred gear and then leave her there, but it didn't happen that way. Close car door. Templar 1, okay, let's finish this. Hey friend, where are you? Said the Templar, looking for his friend. Templar 1, that's enough, it's not funny. He said this as he walked around the van. They had come in to find his friend bleeding on the floor. Templar 1, what the hell? It was only a second that I didn't see it. As he drew his weapon and pointed it wildly, his hands trembling violently, his back struck something. He spun around, but it was too late. A knife sliced across his throat from right to left. He clutched his neck with both hands, his vision blurring with each stroke. As he fell to the ground, he began to hallucinate. Little girl, daddy, daddy, come on, let's play. Finally, he closed his eyes and died silently with a small smile and a tear escaping. I think it goes without saying that his killer was none other than Issei, who had been following the van since they left. Issei, well, dead guards. Now we see what was so important that they moved it like that at night. I'm sure it's valuable information. Issei opened the truck and found Asia half dead. Issei, but what? But she's a half-dead girl. I can't leave her here, not if the Templars move her like this. She'll be valuable, though I wonder how valuable to keep her in this state. Issei gently picked her up in his arms to leave there. Giovanni, well, Arata, tell me who this guy is who's bothering you. Arata's Hyoudou, Issei Hyoudou. Giovanni HMMF, well, Arata, before you had my interest, now you have my attention. Arata, well, you see. Templar Lord. Looks like Templar, our men reported that the truck transporting the girl didn't arrive safely, and when they searched for it, they found our men dead and the girl was gone. Arata, huh, so he took the bait. Giovanni, you've got your work cut out for you, look for him. The girl has a tracker, you'll find him with that. Giovanni, okay, but first about the payment. Arata, don't worry about the payment, it will be very generous and even more so if you bring him to me alive for research. Giovanni, okay, deal done. Arata, excellent, I eagerly await your return. Así Giovanni Salio Camino and Contrera Issei. Rias, very well, brother, now how will we find this? Sirzechs. The magic tracker takes a while to activate because it needs to analyze the entire being it's attached to, but a day has passed and I don't think he knows how that tracker works, so that's how we'll find him and voila, there he is in the center of Kuoh. Kiba, well, let's go. Sirzechs, and calmly, remember we don't want to make enemies with him, so don't get defensive with him, okay. Kiba, okay. Akeno, very well, let's go then. With this, Akeno created a magic circle that drew them as close to him as possible. Rias, where could Kaneko be? Can you smell her? Kaneko, no. Kiba, well, it'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Issei de Keani, Aken si maestro. Issei, help me, pass me some alcohol, bandages, and clean clothes. Aken si maestro. Issei had arrived at his base where he decided to heal Asia's wounds and then find out what she knew. After some time, he had finished with Asia and was sitting in a chair keeping his gaze on Asia, who was unconscious. Aken, master, are you all right? Issei turned to look at Aken and gazed at her affectionately. Issei, Aken, how many times have I told you not to hold me like that? I'm not your teacher. Aken, oh, Onishin Estebayan. Issei blushed a little at how Aken had spoken to him. It was the first time anyone had called him that. Issei, it sounds weird, but you don't have to call me that, Aken. Call me whatever you want. Aken, then it'll be Oniachin, okay. Issei returned to his serious demeanor. Issei, yeah, it's just that I'm wondering how safe it is to have you with me. Maybe I should find someone else to take care of you. Aken doesn't want to be separated from Onishin. If Aken is separated from Onishin, Onishin will die. Issei, I wonder why he talks like that sometimes. Doesn't he know how to speak properly all the time? Issei was pulled from his thoughts when a loud crash sounded in the room. Aken Onishin intrusos. Issei stood up and put on his hood. Issei, Aken behind me. With this, Issei began to move forward through the room, which was dark, until he heard a sound like a countdown clock ticking down, at which point the wall blew up along with Issei. Giovanni, hello Issei, how are you? Chapter XI. Akeko, Issei. Issei, get up or you'll be late and you won't be able to get back into school. Issei, Akeko, come on Issei, up you go my boy. Issei, ama mama, Akeko, Issei up. Issei, what are you talking about? Akeko, up. Issei woke up suddenly upon hearing those screams, which were made by Aken, who was shaking Issei roughly, trying to wake him up, which she succeeded in doing. Akin Onishin, she said this to hug Issei tightly as he came to his senses and looked around. The explosion had broken part of the wall and part of the floor, which made him fall into the basement of the building. Issei got up slowly, his body hurt a lot, the impact had been strong. Akin Onishin this way. Issei Akin wait Akin quickly Alza Issei, aka. Issei followed the noise to get to Akin as quickly as possible to help her, but he came face to face with Giovanni. Giovanni, hello Issei, it's been a while. Issei, Giovanni, so in the end Arata came to you. Giovanni, yes, the truth is that for Arata you're a pain in the ass, but I don't blame him. He's a useless idiot. Honestly, I would have finished you off a long time ago. Issei, like in Madrid, I remember kicking your ass. Giovanni, hahaha, that's something I'll miss about you, Issei. Even though you've already lost, you dare to joke around. I almost felt like not killing you, but your head has a very high price on it. I must also say that I'm surprised you have a companion. I always remembered you as an idiot who always went alone. Oh, wait, is this? He said, looking at Akin, who was being held by one of the thugs accompanying Giovanni / wow, even after all this time, you still surprise me, Issei. Let me tell you something, let's make a trade. Issei, a trade. Giovanni, if you give me the girl and I let you live one more day. Issei, what? Why do you want AKANE? Giovanni, or don't you know what this thing is? Issei, what do you mean? Giovanni, that makes all this better, you don't know, hahaha, it's perfect, you know. Forget the trade, what I have in my hands is more valuable than you. For now, I'll let you go, Issei. Issei, hey, what the hell do you think you are? Issei had grabbed Giovanni by the shoulder, however. Giovanni turned very quickly and punched Issei hard in the stomach with such force that Issei was sent flying a few meters, but received a wound in his stomach as he was launched towards the rubble, impaling himself on a rod. Akin Onichan, Giovanni, you know I said I'd let you go, but seeing you in your situation, I think it would be a waste not to take advantage of it. So Giovanni signaled to his henchmen towards some fuel canisters that were there. They broke them and the flammable liquid spread on the ground while Giovanni played with a lighter, lighting and extinguishing it. Giovanni, I am a merciful person, Issei. Instead of torturing you and pulling out your nails one by one just to hear your screams, I will let you die at the hands of the majestic fire. Issei, to be honest, I'd rather go with your sister. Giovanni, oh Issei, hehehe, I'm going to miss you so much, goodbye. With that, Giovanni dropped the lit lighter onto the gasoline and left with Akin. Akin, Onichan, Issei, AKANE. Thus, the two brothers were separated. Issei, okay shit, it's hot in here, okay Issei, you just have to get out of this grill and chase after some idiot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, shit, I can't. The fire grew ever stronger, and nothing could quell the raging flames that began to scorch the hero's skin. After many attempts, Issei finally managed to free himself from the rod. Issei Akin, I'm coming. So slowly, Issei began to head towards the exit, leaning against each wall along the way. 30 minutes before. Rias, so Kaneko, anything, Kaneko, nothing but you, there's nothing. Her scent blends too much with the atmosphere of the center. Sirzechs and the tracker can't pinpoint exactly where it was. While everyone else is looking for where the boy might be, the vice president is looking at something else. Rias, Akeno, that occurs. Akeno, oh nothing Rias. It's just that truck belongs to Arata's company and I was wondering what it was doing here. Rias, or he's right. Akeno, besides I sense a very faint presence within her. Rias, if she's one of Arata's many slaves, you know what that sicko likes. Akeno, yes I know, wait, there it is. Rias, who? Akeno, who are we looking for? The killer, Rias said, pointing at Issei, who was taking Asia out of the van to take her to his headquarters. Sirzechs, well seen, let's go. Kiba, wait, great Mao, remind me why we're going to see this human, what he has to offer us. Sirzechs, that we can free ourselves from Arata and live far from the Templar yoke that only seeks our powers to control people. Kiba, I understand, sorry for asking. Sirzechs, it's okay, we'll talk to him now. So everyone heads to the building where Issei was. Akeno, Mao-sama, if it's not too much of an indiscretion, what deal could I offer this person to help us if they've already made it clear that we have nothing that interests them? Sirzechs, I'm going to give you something you can't refuse. Rias, what is Onasama? Sirzechs, the only thing I care about is Arata, and if he manages to kill him, the support of the demonic faction or at least the Gremory house will help the assassins. Kaneko, here. Rias, okay, let's go in through the door, that's fine. Everyone, yes. Thus, with a bit of mediocre magic, he manipulated the door lock to gain entry. Rias, Kaneko, do you see anything? Kaneko, no. At that moment, Kaneko heard something that caught her attention more than anything else. Intruders, Onishin. Kaneko, someone has already discovered us. Kiba, how is that possible? Then something violently shook the building, causing everyone to fall to the ground. Rias, ouch, what the heck? Did he throw an explosive at us? Kaneko, I don't think there are any other people here. Sirzechs, cough cough, there's no time to lose, let's go, we have to help him. Kiba, how does he know he's in trouble? Akeno, I doubt a friend would greet you with an explosion, don't you think? At that moment everyone ran towards the site of the explosion where they found the blonde. Rias, Akeno checks her signs. Akeno, she's barely alive. Sirzechs, you can cure her. Akeno, no, not at least not here. Sirzechs, well, we have to pick it up and find the killer, current events. Issei, I can wait, I'm coming, okay. Issei fell into a hole in the wall left by one of the Spaniards' trucks. Watching him leave with Akeno, the latter saw Issei. Giovanni, I must admit, Issei, you're a persistent rat. Finish him and then return to base. Soldier, yes sir. So Giovanni closed the van and left, leaving the soldier with a rifle. Soldier, this will be very easy. However, when the soldier was about to fire, it began to glow purple, which disconcerted him, and in the end it exploded into thousands of pieces, painting the place red with its blood and organs. Wow, you really are a box of surprises, my master. Come on, let me help you. He mentions a mysterious voice that summons a purple circle and takes Issei away from there. Chapter XII. City of Kuoh Midnight. We see how darkness reigns over the city. Muggers, rapists, murderers all gather in the shadows of the night to stalk the person returning from work, yearning for the warmth and comfort of their bed. However, we are not here to talk about the state of the streets of Japan, but about something that happens in its buildings, since from the window of one of them comes an incandescent purple light that lasts for a second, and from it emerge two silhouettes. Ah, you weigh more than I remember, master. Have you eaten too much? Issei, hehe, sure it's that. With just these words, our white-haired friend fainted from the pain of the still-open wounds he had sustained in the fight a moment ago. Hey teacher, look what they did to you. I mentioned the unknown person while looking at the worn, torn, and bloody clothes that our character was wearing. Well, first we have to heal those wounds. With that, the strange figure left Issei on the ground and extended a circle of magic with which it healed the white-haired boy's wounds, which could be seen closing over time while the spell continued to work. Once it ended, the only blood that could be seen was that which the clothes had absorbed. That should do it for now, meanwhile. In another part of the city of Kuoh/Slush. Mercenary 1, and what do we do with the female boss? Do we kill her? He said this while touching the edge of his knife as he stared daredevil at the little girl. Giovanni, don't leave her for now, she's more valuable alive than dead, at least to me. Mercenary 2, and what do we do with Arata, sir? You'll want to know if it's done. Giovanni, don't tell that idiot anything. If he wants to know so badly, he can ask me to my face. So let's go to the shelter. I have many plans for this girl, many good plans, hehe. Meanwhile, Rias, what the hell was that? Sirzechs, calm down already, Rias. Rias, how the hell do you expect me to calm down? They threw a whole damn building at us. Akeno, but we came out without a scratch. Rias, that's not the bucking point. What kind of sick people demolish a building in such a busy city full of people? Someone could get hurt. Kiba, those people don't care about the injuries, only the results. Kaneko, speaking of which, has anyone seen the killer? These words hit everyone like a bucket of cold water, as they realized that their chance of winning this war died in that collapse. Akeno, so the person who was going to help us. Kiba, dead. Kaneko, I don't necessarily smell their blood, but I don't smell their flesh. Ow, it hurts. The little blonde girl said she felt very unwell in Sirzechs' arms. There's no time to comb the area, we have to save this girl. Rias, you're right, we have to go now, back with Issei. The damage Issei suffered in the midst of the battle was so severe that it awakened the bleeding state within him, leading him to his former masters. Masyaf, Syria 1253. Somewhere in training. Altair Hafid, come here. Hafid Issei, tell me, Master Altair. Altair Hafid, tell me why we joined the assassins. Hafid, to help people. Altair, very well, now tell me why you joined the assassins, Hafid. Hafid, well, Master, I. Altair, do you know what your name means? It means he who preserves and protects a very noble name. Hafid, thank you, Master. Altair, then tell me why you're so aggressive. Hafid, I don't understand, Master. Altair, Hafid, why are you so aggressive towards those you swore to protect? Hafid, well, Master, it's just that. Altair, listen, you're good at archery and horseback fighting, but you still have a lot to learn to become a master. Learn to be patient, and you'll see how much easier everything becomes. Remember, a mind clouded by desires is useless in combat. We need to be calm to become one with the shadows we fight, not just move with them. Think about it, Hafid, and leave the aggression for the enemy, not for the innocent. Remember to maintain. Hafid, the blade far from the flesh of the innocent. If I know, Master, forgive me. Altair, oh, okay, I was just as impulsive as you once and I broke the 3 rules of the creed. I don't want that to happen to you. Hafid, yes, Master. Altair, you know, kid, I'm aware of my own end and I know I don't have much time left. The only thing I can do now is make sure you, my disciples, learn well so that you can spread brotherhood throughout the world and show that there is a place of hope for the world everywhere. Remember, Hafid, nothing is true. Hafid, everything is permitted. We work in the shadows to serve the light. We are assassins. Altair, well said, remember. Altair said, looking directly into Hafid's eyes. Altair, think before you act, Issei. Hafid, what? Who is Issei, master? Altair, ho ho ho, nobody, just the ravings of a crazy old man. He mentioned Altair as he walked away, and something in his hand was glowing with a golden color. Hafid, what the hell? With these, we slowly move away from the image of the training room to enter the darkness of Issei's subconscious for a new memory. Are you breathing? Yes, don't worry, it's fine. Seriously, I think it's very small. That's how all children are, darling, don't worry. But even so, Akeko, I'm scared. Akeko, don't worry, darling, he's a very strong boy just like his father. You already know what name to give him. Yeah, it will be Issei. Akeko, Issei, you don't like it. Akeko, no, it's not that, it's more like, where did you get the name from? Some old creed documents mention that Master Altair mentioned this name in a conversation with Master Hafid, and it doesn't seem like a good name to me, don't you think? He said this while lifting the child into his arms. Akeko, yes, it's perfect, darling.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.